Hello students, let us continue the session on understanding elementary shapes. In the previous session, we discussed exercise 5.1. In today's session, we shall continue with exercise 5.2 onwards. The first question here is, what fraction of a clockwise revolution does the hour hand of a clock turn through when it goes from? There are 6 sub questions in that. In the first one, we have 3 to 9. It means 9 minus 3, which is equal to 6. I need to divide this 6 by 12 because there are totally 12 hours. I'll get 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 of a revolution is made by our hand. This is how we solve. Second one is from 4 to 7. So 7 minus 4 will be 3. When 3 is divided by total 12 hours, I'll get 1/4 of a revolution. Next, C, 7 to 10. It is again same. 10 minus 7 will be 3. When 3 is divided by 12, we get totally 1/4 of a revolution. Next is 12 to 9. 12 to 9 is same as from 0 to 9. It is because 12 o'clock is the reference I need to consider as a 0 to 9. Totally 9 hours the hour hand has traveled. So 9 minus 0 will be 9. When 9 is divided by 12, I'll be getting 3 by 4. So 3/4 of a revolution is done by our hand. Next one, E, 1 to 10. So 10 minus 1 will be 9. When 9 is divided by total 12 hours, I'll get 3/4 of a revolution. Next is 6 to 3. That is 6 to 12 and then 12 to 3. When we do this 6 to 12, it means that it is 12 minus 6, which will be 6, and 12 to 3 is same as 0 to 3. So totally, when 0 is subtracted from 3, we get 3. When we combine that, I'll get 6 plus 3, which is equal to 9. I need to divide 9 by 12. I'll be getting 3/4 of a revolution. Second question. Go through the question very carefully. Where will the hand of a clock stop if it starts at 12 and makes half a revolution clockwise? Second one, it starts at 2, makes a revolution, half a revolution clockwise. Third one, it starts at 5, makes 1/4 of a revolution clockwise. Fourth one, it starts at 5 and makes 3/4 of a revolution clockwise. To make it very clear, I have brought in some figures representing these times. The first one, starting from 12, making of a revolution, the clock hand stops at 6. It has started at 12. At 12 it has started. Then half a revolution is made, so it stops at 6. Second one, Starting from 2, making half a revolution, the clock hand stops at 8. Remember friends, half a revolution refers to making 180 degrees is half of a revolution. So at 2 I need to take 180 degree, it stops at 8. Next one, starting from 5, making half a revolution, the clock hand stops at 8. Here there is a small mistake. It is not half a revolution, it is 1/4 of a revolution. Look at the question back. It is 1/4 of a revolution. In the next one it is 3/4 of a revolution. Oh, not this one. In the next one it is 3/4 of a revolution. When 3/4 of a revolution is made at 5 o'clock, we get it at 2. It is because from 5 to 11 it will be half a revolution. From there 1/4 it will be at 2. Hope I have made it clear. Let's take up the next question. The question here is, which direction will you face if you start facing east and make half a revolution clockwise? Start facing at east, make 1.5 revolution. Next is start facing west and make 3/4 of revolution anti-clockwise. Fourth one, start facing south and make 1 complete revolution. Should we specify the clockwise, anti-clockwise for this last question? Why or why not? Let's answer this with the directions. We all know that north, south, east, west, these are the directions. In the first case we had of a revolution starting from east, so person will end up at west. Next, starting from east, 1 complete and half revolution, 1 complete revolution plus half a revolution clockwise. So from here 1 complete revolution plus half a revolution, it again comes at west. In the C we have west and make 3/4 of a revolution anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise is the reverse direction of the clockwise. So from here 3/4 will land at north. Next, fourth one we have south, starting from south and making 1 full revolution. Starting from south and making 1 complete revolution, again it comes back at south. Taking 1 revolution will reach back the original or the starting position. Therefore it makes no difference whether we turn a clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Suppose take this question D. Here it is clockwise. If it is anti-clockwise also, the person would face south only. So it doesn't make any difference whether you turn clockwise or you turn anti-clockwise. Fourth question. What part of revolution have you turned through If you are standing facing east and turn clockwise to face north, starting from south, turn clockwise to face east, starting from west and turn clockwise to east. Look at these figures now. Starting from east and then you reach north. Starting from east and reaching north, you'll go through 3/4 of a revolution. Starting from south, turning clockwise to east. Starting from south, turning clockwise to east, again you'll make 3/4 of a revolution. Starting from west, turning clockwise to face east. Starting from west to east, you'll make half a revolution. Let's look at question number 5. Find the number of right angles turned through by the hour hand of a clock when it goes from, there are 6 sub questions here. Let's see one by one. Look at this. Starting from 3 to 6. The hour hand turns through one right angle. It makes 90 degrees. 2 to 8, from 2 to 8 clockwise, it makes 180 degree, that is equal to 2 times of right angles. Next is from 5 to 11, 5 to 11, it makes 2 right angles, that is 180 degree, so 2 times of 90 degrees. From 10 to 1, from 10 to 1, it undergo 1 right angle, it makes 90 degree. Next, from 12 to 9, from 12 to 6 it will be 180 degree, from 6 to 9 it will be 90 degree, so totally 3 times of 90 degrees it has undergone, or 270 degree it has undergone. Next, we have 12 to 6. From 12 to 6, it makes 180 degrees, which is same as 2 right angles. Let's look at the next question. Question number 6. How many right angles do you make if you are starting facing south and turn clockwise to west, facing north and turn anti-clockwise to east, facing west and turn to west, from south turn to north? Starting from south to west, there is 1 right angle formed. Starting from north anti-clockwise to east, it makes 3 right angles. Starting from west to west, it makes 4 right angles because 360 degree will be formed. Starting from south to north, it makes 2 right angles. Here, what is the thing you need to know is, for C and D, the direction doesn't matter. Next, question number 7. Where will the hour hand of a clock stop if it starts from 6 and turns through 1 right angle? Next, start from 8, turn 2 right angles, start from 10, turn 3 right angles, start from 7, turn 2 straight angles. When it starts from 6 and turning to 1 right angle, it stops at 9. When it is starting from 8 and turning through 2 right angles, it makes 180 degree and it stops at 2. When starting from 10 and turning to 3 right angles, the hour hand stops at 7. Three right angles always refers to 3 multiplied to 90 degrees, which will be 270 degrees. When it is making 2 right angles, it forms 180 degrees. So when it's 4 right angles. Look at the question back. So 2 straight angles, sorry, not right angle, it is straight angles. 2 straight angles refers to 2 times of 180 degree, which is 360 degrees. So it makes one complete revolution, and our hand will stop at 7. Let's take up the next set of questions from exercise 5.3. It's all about match the following. Look at the 2 columns here. Straight angle, it makes half a revolution. So the first one is C. Right angle, it makes half a revolution. No, half a revolution is 180 degree. 1/4 of a revolution, where is 1/4 of a revolution? It is at D. So the second one is D. Look at the third one, acute angle. It's an angle less than 1/4 of a revolution, means it is less than 90 degrees. So the third one is option A, less than 1/4 of a revolution. Obtuse angle is more than 90 degree, less than 180 degrees. So the fourth one is E, between 1/4 and 1/2 revolutions. Reflex angle is the angle which is more than 180 degree. So the right answer here, we need to search more than half a revolution, option B. And this one complete revolution is left out. This is forming a complete angle. That option is not there here. So the answers for one is C, second one D, third one A, fourth one E, fifth one B. Next question, second one. Classify each one of the following as right angle, straight angle, acute angle, obtuse angle, or straight angle. First one is an acute angle. The angle measure is less than 90 degrees. Second one is an obtuse angle. The angle measure is more than 90 degree. The third one is a right angle. The angle measure is exactly 90 degrees. Fourth one is a reflex angle. The angle measure is more than 180 degree, less than 360 degree. Fifth one is a straight angle. the angle measure is exactly 180 degree. And sixth one, there are two separate angles mentioned here. These two angles, they both are acute angles. Exercise 5.4. The first question is, what is the measure of right angle? The measure of right angle is 90 degree. What is the measure of straight angle? The straight angle measure is 180 degrees. Second question, say true or false. The measure of an acute angle is less than 90 degree. This statement is true. The measure of obtuse angle is less than 90 degree. This statement is false because the obtuse angle measure is greater than 90 degree, less than 180 degree. The measure of reflex angle is greater than 180 degree. This is true. The measure of one complete revolution is 360 degree. It is true. If measure of angle A is 53 degree, it is read as measure of angle A. Measure of angle B is 35 degree. Then measure of angle A is greater than the measure of angle B. This statement is also true. Question number 3. Write down the measures of the first one, some acute angles. Give at least 2 examples each. Let me mention some of the acute angles. Say 25 degrees, 60 degrees, 65 degrees and 72 degrees. These are acute angles. This is a short way to write angles. Some obtuse angles, 100 degrees, 110 degrees, 120 degrees, say 145 degrees. These are obtuse angles. Question number 4. Measure the angles given below using protractor and write down their measure. This particular question, I'll leave it to you. You need to measure using protractor. You have to place the protractor in such a way that the zero of the protractor lies at this point, and you need to measure from this direction. If you do that, probably you'll get 45 degree. You can check this out. Obtuse angle, second one 125 degree. This will be 90 degree. Here there are 3 different angles. You can measure. This angle is a right angle, 90 degrees. This particular angle is an obtuse angle, 125 degrees. This angle is 60 degree. You can check this out. In the textbook, you can measure the angles of those figures. Question number 5. Which angle has a large measure? First estimate and then measure it. Just by mere observation, I can just say that angle B is slightly larger compared to angle A, but then we need to estimate it. These 2 angles both are acute angles. You need to measure them using protractor. Angle A will measure 40 degrees and angle B will measure 60 degrees. You can again check this out using protractor on your textbook. Question number 6. From these 2 angles, which angle has a larger measure? Estimate and then confirm by measuring them. You have to see the opening of the angle. Here, opening of angle, let me name this as A and this as B. Angle B is more than angle A. You need to measure them. On measuring, you will come to know that angle A will measure actually 45 degree and angle B will actually measure 60 degree. You can again check this out. What you need to understand is if the opening of the angle is more, that's larger. Question 7. Fill in the blanks with acute, obtuse, right or straight angles. An angle whose measure is less than that of a right angle is acute angle. An angle whose measure is greater than the right angle is called as obtuse angle. An angle whose measure is the sum of the measure of two right angles is called as straight angle. When the sum of the measures of two angles is right angle, then each of them is acute. When the sum of the measure of two angles is that of a straight angle, and if one of them is acute, then the other one must be obtuse. I'll give an example for that. If you consider these two angles, if this angle is acute and this angle, obviously it has to be obtuse, and their sum is making 180 degrees. Question number 8. Find the measure of an angle shown in each of the figure. First estimate with your eyes and then find the actual measure with a protractor. Here you can see it's an acute angle. The angle must be less than 90 degree. That is how I estimate it. You need to measure it exactly. You will come to know that angle formed is 40 degrees. Here it is an angle greater than 90 degree, maybe around 120. You need to actually measure it. On measuring, you'll come to know 130 degrees is the measure. Here it's acute angle. This one is obtuse angle. You need to check it out using protractor. I want you to check it out from measuring on the textbook. Question number 9. Find the angle measure between the hands of each one of the figure here. Here 9 a.m. the angle formed is 90 degrees. Here it is 1 p.m. the angle formed is 30 degrees. Here 6 a.m. 6 p.m. the angle formed is 180 degrees. 10th question is to investigate. In the given figure, the angle measure is 30 degree. Look at the same figure through a magnifying glass. Does the angle becomes larger? Does the size of the angle change? This particular thing is an activity, so you can try yourself. Question number 11. Measure and classify each angle AOB. You need to measure this using protractor. I want you to check it out. When I checked it on the textbook, I got 40 degree as angle AOB, and the type of the angle it forms is acute. Angle AOC is 125 degrees. This angle formed is obtuse. Angle BOC is an acute angle. You can measure it out. It is acute. Angle DOC is again an obtuse angle. It's greater than 90 degree. We get it as 95. It's obtuse. Angle DOA is 140 degrees and the angle formed is obtuse. Angle DOB is a straight angle. It forms 180 degree. With this question, I'll end today's session. We shall discuss exercise 5.5 onwards in the next session. Thank you.